Good morning, traders. Welcome back to another live stream. If you are new, my name is Zach. This is Real Deal Futures. Before we hop onto the charts on this beautiful Friday, December 19th, make sure you read what's on the screen. Trading is risky. Most traders do lose money. I'm not a financial advisor. I do not provide financial advice. Nothing I say or do is a suggestion or recommendation to do anything at all. Make sure you do your own research. Make your own trading decisions. Read CFTC Rule 4.41 on simulated trading, which is what this is, even in funded prop firm accounts. And the affiliate and partnership disclaimer. This is I stand to make money from links and codes in my content, like Top 1 Futures, code RDF, Bookmap, and others. Good morning, good morning, good morning. What is going on, chat? Welcome back, welcome back. Good to see you guys. What's happening? Tom Ward, what's going on? How we doing? Hope all is well. All is well. Paul Muhammad, Pam, Dwayne. What's going on, guys? Ezal, what's happening? What's up on YouTube? What's up on Kick? What's up on X? Appreciate you guys hopping on as always. Let's see what these markets got for us, man. Last day of the week. Last full week of the trading year, objectively, without holidays. We have really 2 good days. We could start there, actually. Let's start there with the financial calendar. We got about 10 minutes to market open. We got, in my book, we got about 2 good days left next week. That's pretty much the last good trading day of the year. A lot of traders will say that December 23rd is the last good trading day of the year. I would agree. Here's what we got. Today, December 19th, 10 a.m., we got a little bit of orange folder. Existing home sales, revised consumer sentiment. Nothing too crazy there. We got Trump speaking tonight. I'm sure he'll send the market. Next week, we got 2 full days, Monday and Tuesday. Wednesday is obviously December 24th, Christmas Eve. We have an early close here for the U.S. stock market, bond market, and futures market. Closed all day on Christmas Day. Merry Christmas. Can't believe that's coming up next week. And then we do have full trading day on December 26th. We have Monday, Tuesday of the following week leading into New Year's. And then same thing, we have a half-day early close on New Year's Eve. Full closure on Thursday, January 1st, which is New Year's Day. And then back up and running January 2nd. For me, just so you guys know, for live trading, I'm live with you guys today. Monday, Tuesday of next week, nothing. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I'm live with you guys Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of the following week. Nothing on Thursday, live back on Friday. But I will acknowledge this. After Tuesday of next week, it's, in my humble opinion, objectively, the most trash, dog water, price action, market structure, market conditions to trade through. It's everybody's gone, everybody's off, everybody's hanging out with their families, or just, taking the time off. It's just, in my humble opinion, a trash time to trade. You might say, Zach, it's the best time to trade. I love that, craziness, and have at it. But for me, it's a pretty trash time. In between Christmas and New Year's, or right around Christmas and New Year's, some of the worst trading conditions. So I do not think it's a bad idea at all. If you are a trader and you're trying to decide what to do, this is the worst, 2 weeks of the year coming up right now, the next 2, as far as trading goes. And you know what? In my opinion, it comes at a great time. It comes at a time where we want to be off the charts. We want to be with our family. We want to be, not distracted and chilling out, maybe resetting, setting some goals for the new year, making a game plan coming into 2026. I think it's a fine time to do that. So I'll be day trading with you guys live here. But, I'm going to be keeping risk low. I'll be trying some different things. The way we talked about some forward testing, because it's just, it's really not a time to press it, in my humble opinion. I've cooked myself before, but it's definitely not a time for me to want to press it. Really, starting now, right? But we got a couple good days left. Today, Monday, Tuesday would be the last good one, really. And then we're into, Christmas and New Year's. And until we really, come over here into the first week of January, the 5th, this can be really dicey. So that said, let's see what we got going on in the markets. We have ES and YM loaded up here. Interesting structure out of these guys. Man. I still am carrying a bullish bias. I still am looking for it to be the Santa rally. Maybe I'm just too positive. Maybe I'm just too merry and cheerful coming into Christmas. I don't know, chat. Usually I'm not, as far as direction goes. But I think we are going to rally. I'm looking at it from a technical standpoint. Drift lower, pushing all-time highs, really strong market coming into the end of the year, strong all-time highs. And I think this is just to squeeze everybody like it did to me yesterday, right in here, cooked me on ES. You know, and then we push, and then once everybody's tired and out of energy, you know, we drive. I'm gonna be looking at this thing long. Honestly, I'm looking long like right off the open. I actually wish this wasn't happening right here on ES, because before I hopped on, I went, I'm gonna take it right off of VWAP. I actually wish this wasn't happening right into the open. I almost wish we popped, pulled back, and then gave me a chance to get long. This is pretty gnarly. This is definitely pretty gnarly. Had a beautiful opportunity to hold along from right in here yesterday. Stopped myself at break even, which is another one filed under don't ever go stop loss to break even, and then got cooked on a long up here. Looking for this to continue. Pretty choppy, right? Consolidating into the, contracting, I should say, into the afternoon. But today, man, I'm looking at this long, right? Higher time frame view, you know, really, really bullish if we hop out to the daily and take a look at this, right? Lot of strength out of this market. I'm looking into the upside. Could we sell off? Could we dump? Could it just be coal for Christmas? For sure, right? Not to make everything a Christmas reference. But that's not the way that I'm reading this. I'm reading it as building a base, consolidating down here, and, you know, cracking prior week low, multiple breaks of lows. Could this, you know, could this 15-minute structure day over day continue? Sure. I'm looking at this thing trying to push. Pretty bullish yesterday into the overnight session, holding VWAP here. Honestly, I wish we weren't doing this right now. I'm not going to run a trade into the open. But oh man, I think we're going to go. Not going to run a trade into the open. As we were drifting higher here, we got some volatility ahead of market open here. As we were drifting higher, I was thinking, hey, this would be a good opportunity for, you know, 20-point pullback to prior day volume point of control, this area of high volume, right? VWAP here, and then take off to the upside, give me a way to structure risk down below overnight low, where if I'm wrong, I'm dead wrong. I'm not going to get that now. It's again, we're not even open yet, 9:29 a.m. Eastern. But I am looking at this long. I'm going to be trying to find a way in long, similar to yesterday. If we blast to the upside quickly, there's a mean reversion trade. There's a fade this back down. Oh, man, YM's running the same play, too. Yeah, guys, if we pull back at all, I'm going to try this really early. Market's open. Oh, no, it's not. 10 seconds to market open. I'm locking in here because I got a setup coming right off the open here, man. I can't run one into it. My trade is not at 9:28 a.m. Eastern. If I'm not going to be willing to do that, you know, many days and take the frustrating immediate stop outs on volatility as the market opens, I really shouldn't be doing it today. It's just structure is set up a little bit early for me here. If we get a pullback down here on YM, I think I'm going to run this with full risk. Oh, we're not going to get it today. I know it. I don't know anything, but I got a real strong feeling we're not going to get it. This thing's going to go. I could feel it. I could feel it, chat. I could feel it down in my plums. Stupid Will Farrell. I can't do it. It's just stepping too far out of line. I'm gonna watch this, man. I'm waiting for a really, really, really aggressive trade right into the open. I'd almost like it better on YM, but nope, we're gonna go. Oh my gosh, man, this market is just not working with me for NYSE session. This is why I'm over here on ES. Part of the reason I'm over here on ES trying to get something on stupid low time frame so I could just take multiple trades and work my way in. Man, the market structure and price action for December has not been bad, but the timing has been like not just for me personally. I'm going to express some of this frustration. So difficult to work with for NYSE session. The move is happening before or after, man, at like immediately before or immediately after, or it's doing nothing all day, timing me out, and then we blast the 400 points in the direction of my trade as soon as we get session changeover. It's half the reason I'm in live accounts, trading options on U.S. indices as well. This stuff is just tough to work with, dude. I watched this coming into the open, and obviously, as I'm talking about here, I'm never locked in like that, really just yapping about what I'm looking at. Both of them going to run the same play right off the open. Again, like, you know, you could say, well, Zach, why don't you take it? I would have to be trading regularly into the open. I would regularly have to be trading right before running trades into the open, which I don't like to do. I really don't like to do, man, because it's just so unpredictable from a volatility change standpoint, not direction, but for volatility. And it's so hard to structure trades right into, you know, an open or red folder news. So I try to keep myself out of doing it, but I had a feeling we were going to do this. I had a feeling we were going to pop right off the open and not give me a way to find a way into a trade here. FNYM, man. Same play. Same play. 200 points off of VWAP. There's my entry. Anyway, I'm gonna watch with you guys. I'm gonna discuss my trading approach. You know, how I look to trade YM, ES off of the open here. I'm gonna get back over to ES, look for a pullback. It's just gonna be a little bit dicey to try to find a way in. This was the move. This is really what I would wanted to have seen. If there was ever a day to run a trade, you know, 3-4 minutes before the open, this was it for me as we pull back to VWAP. Strong overnight session, right? Pushing up for London. Pull back to VWAP. We had to do it. We had to get a pullback to VWAP. You know, 3 minutes before the open, before we blast off here on the 1 minute chart. Right to prior week low, prior day high up there, where I think we really could see some strength into this Friday session. I'd like to be long already, but, you know, again, you got to have, you don't have to have anything, but I allow myself a ton of discretion, a lot of discretion. There's certain things where I try to keep myself in line. Like, if you ever hop on and I'm trading into FOMC, you'd probably be like, what are you doing, dude? You know, if I'm trading into the open full risk, you'd probably be like, what are you doing, dude? But there's certain times in the market where you get the real strong intuition, like using the basic tools that you use, like I have this morning, and I'm making the conscious decision to not jump in directly before into the open, but this one's going to be a pain in the ass to watch today. Anyway, let's see what we got. Good morning. We'll see if we get a pullback. We'll see, man. This just looks like a lot of strength coming right in. Super strong CVD, positive 1,300. We were growing plus 10,000 into the open. Everything is lining up. Does it have to happen? Nope. We could turn and sell off. We could dump, you know, right? Multiple percent on these, but that's not what it looks like so far. But let's see what you guys got going on now that we're through that. No trade into the open. Would have liked to have something right off the rip here, but going to be a little bit of a wait and see. 9:35. We got plenty of time to work here, guys. Rhombus, what's up? Andrew Bags, afternoon. Good morning. Good evening. Good day, depending on where you are in the world. Hi. How about to start on Ninja or Quant Tower? I don't know what you're asking. Run up is crazy. Good morning. Morning, bro. Had a really rough day yesterday. Blew my eval after being close to passing it, taking a break until January. Yep, not a bad idea. Sorry to hear it, brother. Sorry to hear it. Glenn B, what's up? Mystic Rick, what's up, dude? Haven't seen you in a minute. Anyone been over to Poly Market? Wonder what the odds of Project X blowing up today are. It's cooked. It's game over. It's game over for Project X and Top Step, guys. We've been talking about that all week. I'm tired of talking about it, honestly. Project X, if you've been living under a rock, is completely melted down and imploded. I've talked about it in a lot of detail, a lot of different ways. I'm just going to be straight to the point. I'm done with it. It's complete trash, unreliable garbage. I wouldn't risk any money over there if you didn't need to. Kobe Clark, what's up? See what we can do this morning. Yes, let's see what we can do this morning. Santa Rally Boss, I'm looking for the Rhombus Rally. I wish I had your resolve. Good morning, Jose. What's up? Let's get this money. Top Step dashboard is down. It says it's undergoing maintenance. Yeah, Top Step and Project X are cooked. I don't know if you've been trading this week or the last 2 months, but I never thought I would be saying that. Project X just completely melting down. I can't wait to get off this platform. It's been nothing but issues, major outages and major issues. Went long at 927. It dumped the CBD order held stable to the green. Yep, that's the play, Kobe. That's what I was looking for. Many accounts are still on PJX. If it's down, I'm not going to be happy. No, guys, here's where mine's at now. Like, I've moved quick enough. Morning, damn market. Morning, Zach. Good morning. Good morning. Project X rules. Yeah, no, Project X is completely cooked. I have, and I still haven't heard a word from them. But it's good, but giving issues. Yeah, it's done for me now, guys. Completely done. If you need to go, you could go back and watch. I got, videos on it already this week. Completely cooked. Outages. I think they've had an outage every single week for the last 7 weeks, and there's been 8 or 9 major issues across the last 7 weeks. Coming to a head on Tuesday of this week, where they had delayed market data at market open, at NYSE open, and then it went down all day. We were not able to trade. Wednesday, the day after, they had major issues at session changeover, issues at NYSE open. Yesterday, major issues again. I'm completely off of it. 100% for me, unreliable, unusable. I would not be touching this at all. Absolutely could not recommend that with a straight face. For me, this is Project X. This is a Top 1 Futures live account, pre-live account, 15K with Project X. As soon as I'm able to transfer off of this to Tradeovate and TradingView, that's what I'll be doing. That's my game plan. The outages have become more and more frequent. The issues have been more and more severe. I'm tired of being a test dummy. I think myself and all of the traders have been patient. It's obviously broken and they're not able to fix it, or else they would have already. I don't want to be caught in the crossfire anymore. I think Top Step and all their people are great. I think Project X, as far as the user interface, the risk settings, the tools, all that stuff is great. It's completely useless to me if it goes down where I can't trade for an entire day on one of the last good trading days of the year, and then day after day after day, there's major issues. Zero confidence in it, right? From a mindset and psychology perspective. It's not an option at all. I don't care about having a Ferrari if every time I start it sends a piston through the roof, right? It's useless to me. So anyway, that's my humble opinion. We won't get on it too much. Feel free to let me know in the chat. I fully expect them to continue to have major issues. I don't know why I wouldn't expect that if there was major issues yesterday and the day before, and the day before that it was a complete outage. So if you have questions, we can go into more detail on it, but if you haven't been paying attention, maybe you've been on vacation or holiday time, I encourage you to look at what's going on. Unfortunately, it's not FUD on this one. I did not have this happening for 2025 on my bingo card at all, right? Not with the longest standing prop firm in the game, but these are the facts that we're dealing with here. So I'm gonna try not to beat a dead horse on that one, but I'd be extremely cautious. I wouldn't be upset or disappointed or frustrated anymore. You have to expect it at a certain point. So anyway, it's almost all we've talked about the last couple of weeks. I'm going to try to just trade what I can on here before hopping off. Hopefully by next month, we'll have options to be getting off of this. You can get set up and buy new accounts on Tradeovate, on NinjaTrader, on TradingView, and since we're talking about it, if you're getting cooked on Project X, which everybody has been this week, almost everybody, just dropped this morning. Top 1 Futures got a flash sale rolling, 55% off. You can see down on the bottom what they are promoting there. Tradeovate, NinjaTrader, TradingView. If you are ready to get off of the absolute hellhole that it has become, unfortunately, Project X, and hop over to a platform that's not down every other day, Tradeovate. That's what I'd be looking at here with Top 1 Futures. 55% off. This is only going to be good for a couple days, guys. Link is in the chat if you want to check it out. Code RDF. They were 50%. I think this is the absolute best we're going to see. They're running it right before Christmas. Flash sale running into, I think, December 23rd is the game plan on this one. I'm hyped. I'm happy they did that. I was asking for it. I know all of the other partners and people affiliated were asking for it. They're like, dude, everybody's getting cooked on Project X. People want to come off, help them out. Here's the help, guys. 55% off with code RDF on Top 1 Futures. But yeah, that's the deal. I don't like to take hard stances, especially on something that I really preferred and recommended as a whole first. But I'm done. I'm completely done. It's cooked for me. It's just completely cooked. Guys, I'm looking at a breakout trade to the upside here. I really want to find the way in long. I don't want to jump the gun too much, but I'm looking at this thing continuing right to prior day high and then potentially even higher. This looks good, man. I really think this thing wants to go. We got a little bit of a dip down just to sniff overnight high, and now we're pushing back to the upside. I'm tempted to start trying this pretty aggressively off of the open here. Again, guys, this is way more aggressive than really what I do on YM. It's not exactly the same. This is not a mean reversion trade. This is a continuation trade. This is a try to find my way in near the open for the shorter time frame, smaller price movements here on ES on the micro chart with tighter risk. Got a little pullback to overnight high without even tapping it, and then a breakout. I think taking a break and retest trade like this right in here, there's nothing wrong with that. I think that's probably going to hit pretty quickly before 10 a.m. I'm looking for a little bit better way to hold on to this, to hold on to something, but this was my trade. This was, just unfortunately the move out of all of these right off the open. YM ran almost 300 points off VWAP. So this is just going to be, just little continuation stuff as we move forward. But I'm going to have to try to keep myself patient and recognize that the move just came when, when I'm not running a trade into the open. But yeah, that's the play. What are you scared of? Are you asking me, Juan? In general, I don't know. Spiders, I think. Cockroaches, I don't really love them. No issues for me today. Knock on wood, haven't had any issues today. Good. Working fine today. Good. That's awesome. 2 XFAs are blown. Couldn't close my trade. Still no word. Yeah, man. I'd assume that Top Steps and most of the firms that are running Project X that they are just absolutely overwhelmed with issues. I can't imagine that they've been completely overwhelmed with issues. That anybody is just waiting for a response over there. I would assume that their support agents have a zillion people to respond to. A zillion. Yeah, YM ripping. Yeah, man. I'm gonna sit on this one, man. Just not the setup for me. Came too early. Anything at this point, really, as we continue on. A sniff of overnight high, being this far above VWAP right off the open before 9:15. It's more of a chase for me, man. But it just looks like we're gonna go. You talking about the trade, but not taking it. Yeah, no risk structure for me, Juan. Yeah, not scared of anything, right? So I let's differentiate, right? I think if you're scared trading, you're putting on too much risk, right? Or you're doing something that you're not confident in, right? So you should really never be scared trading, right? For me, why am I talking about what I'm looking at and not putting a trade on? Because I don't have a good way to structure risk. I don't think that this is a good way. First off, this is not a valid trade for me into the open, right? We talked about that coming into the open and the frustration that I have not allowing myself to trade right into the open, right? We could talk about why I don't do that more in detail. After this, am I scared to put a trade on? Absolutely not. Why am I not? I don't have a good risk structure. I don't think that this is a great risk structure. I just don't think taking a break of the high right into the open with a stop like this, I just don't think that this is a great risk structure for me personally. There's many times in the market where I'm going to have a really good read an inclination of what I think is going to happen next, right? Directionally from a bias standpoint, and a really poor way to structure risk. And today is that day. Today is that day. So that's why I've talked about it over and over and over again and kind of voiced some of the frustration of this setting up right into the open. I don't have a good way to structure risk, right? You know, now that we are 30 minutes into the open, right? This is not, I'd like to be long. This is not a good risk structure for me, right? I don't have a good way to place a trade with an invalidation point that I say, if we come back down to this level, like on YM traditionally, you know, I'm comfortable taking a stop loss. I want to be out, right? Unfortunately, that came here. Let's go through it since you asked the question. Unfortunately, that came in here, right? That came in here in pre-market. So the follow-up question is, well, Zach, then why weren't you long? Why weren't you long when you hopped onto the session? I haven't taken a trade to run in pre-market, as in like a 9:28 a.m. Eastern, intentionally trading right into NYSE market open in a long time. I find that the change in volatility is very difficult to deal with. And while today this did play out the way that I anticipated it playing out, on another day, there's a really quick 30-point wick down before we take off to the open. If there was ever a day where I was going to run it, it is this one. But in general, I have some, you know, parameters in place, right? There where I say, like, there's times in the market where I really don't want to be putting a trade on, or I really shouldn't be, because my data just doesn't support that. And running a trade right into the open, right into NYSE open, is one of those times, right? Similar to a high impact news event, right? Maybe I run a trade from pre-market, like from Asia, London, or something that's triggered, where I have a lot of structure to trade off of into pre-market. Maybe I run something into red folder news, but for the most part, I'm not a into the market open trader, right? I think if you're going to do that today, you should be watching me do that almost every other day of the week, right? You should be watching me put trades on, running them right into NYSE open, right? If you really want to trade into FOMC because structure is good, you should be probably trading into FOMC every time, right? That should be your setup. So no scared, no fear, right? That's not how I trade. I hope you guys would have recognized that watching me long enough. Frustration because direction's there, setup is there, but just at the wrong time, right? Just at the wrong time for me. So, you know, maybe I collect data, right? And I say, hey, wait a minute. I've got a lot of trades that set up at 9:28, and I look back and I'm able to, you know, look at how I would have structured risk, and they would have played out really well, and maybe I make an adjustment, right? And I trade into the open. For the most part, my data shows I've traded after the open really quickly, the first maybe 5-10 minutes, and it's an outsized number of losses. The edge is just really not there. My understanding is just the change in volatility is too great to deal with. It's not so much direction, but being able to structure trades on what that volume really looks like coming into the open. So I hope that clears it up. I hope that helps. So yeah, again, you know, like talked a lot about it coming into the open in a way that, like, I'm not gonna have a good entry, right? I'm not gonna have a great way to structure risk. So part of it. Hold on, let me know if that clears it up for you, man. And what it does the rest of the day from here. I'm curious of where it goes from here. Come on, pump up. Give me that 15 points. Jose is long from 68, 67 into the open. Oh yeah, nice. You're long. You're taking the breakout, man. 68, 82 and a quarter. Oh, you're going for a little move right in here, Jose. Nice, very nice. I like it. Yeah, man. Again, like, you know, me having a speculating is not enough, right? You know, having a bias is a directional bias is not enough. You know, got to get the entry. Could run this thing, you know, really aggressively long for a continuation from right up here with no pullback. Again, I don't think that's a great way to structure risk for me personally. Right off of the open, I would have loved to see this thing. What would have maybe gave me a way to structure risk? A little bit more of a pullback to VWAP, pull back down to the top end of this consolidation. We did it in here. We did it in here for pre-market. And then we blasted off right off of the open. Right. Do I think this is a really great invalidation level? Like would you say that, here's the question that I start to ask myself. I don't think that that's unreasonable, right? If we're going to push to the upside, actually, I'd kind of expect something like that, right? Which is actually what I'm going to wait for, a pullback. But, where would an invalidation level have to go on this to say, I think we're not going to move higher anymore. It would be unreasonable to move higher. Now we're going to sell off. Somewhere in here, right? Somewhere way down here below VWAP. So, yeah, that's the thesis, guys. That's the thesis. That's the thesis. Thanks for not taking it the wrong way. Wasn't trying to rage bait. No, you're here every day, man. So I figured you were genuinely asking, but I figured you were genuinely looking at that and asking why. So I think it could be important to talk about, right? It's no worries. It's a good question, right? There are times, right? And you can go back and watch, right? Go back and watch. When am I talking like that right into the open? When am I voicing like frustration like that and discussing, why I'm looking at doing things, maybe even in other markets, in live accounts that I'm comfortable running for, over a day, right into the open and anticipating one thing happening over another? It's because I don't have the risk structure to put a trade on, and I don't have, again, a lot of discretion, guys, a lot of discretion. But there's very few things where I'm going to say, I really shouldn't be doing this. I don't have the data to support this. I'm not going to allow myself the discretion to do something completely different than I would do any other day. Right into NYSE Open, that's one of those times, right? That's one of those times. I don't think you'll find a trade, of me live streaming where I'm putting one on at 9:28 a.m. Eastern, right? So if I'm not going to be comfortable doing that every day and be able to trade through a large sample size of doing that, I really got to keep myself from doing it today, right? The frustration is because I really think that it's going to work out today on this individual trade, but I hold the core belief, right? That's conflicting there, but the core belief that I don't know what's going to happen on any one next trade, and that's not how I trade. I can only trade on a large, series of trades, large series of sample size of putting the same trades on, right, and taking the wins, taking the losses. So I'm not putting trades on it at 9:27 a.m. And unless I watch something play out over and over and over again, where I think, hey, I do have an edge, there's something that I'd like to exploit here, I'm not going to start today. So, but yeah, maybe we map this out, and I go, hey, look, bullish overall, bullish price action yesterday. I'm looking for this Santa rally to start from a higher time frame. I was waiting for a pullback in pre-market. We were drifting higher. It came 5 minutes into the open. You know what? I am going to get long right as we're taking off through VWAP into pre-market. I'm going to run, normal risk structure on something like this, and I'm going to target prior day high. And maybe I see this situation play out, enough times where this happens over, a lot of times what I'm trying to avoid. Crazy volatility. And then we take off. And I say, hey, you know what? I'm going to put those trades on, right? I'm going to trade pre-market into the open. So, but yeah, that's the, I hope that starts to clear it up. Now on this, man, pullback, buy dip, a pullback. These little 1 minute, this little 1 minute price action is not enough. Pullback, some kind of pullback here. Pullback to VWAP actually at this point, right? We push to the upside, consolidation. Getting above overnight high, right? Putting highs a day in. Breaking yesterday's high. What would I like to get me into a long here? What am I going to wait for? Pull back to VWAP. Down below this overnight high level. Take out anybody who's jumping in late here. Chasing this thing, right? I'm not going to short this market. There's zero short play for me here. There's no mean reversion play up here. That's reasonable for me personally. I'd like it long to all the way back up here. But I'd like something that gives me a way to structure risk. Something that gives me a way to say, hey, I'm dead wrong if this thing starts to pull back. If you're going to trade it this way, right? If you're just going to trade, breakouts and continuation, I think you're gonna run a tight stop. You probably should be running a tight stop. You should be ready to take that same trade multiple times. 2, 3, 4 times in the same direction, trying to catch it long. Which we could do. We could just take a 47,000 trades trying to catch it long, right? Just start doing it right in here. Here's your trade, right? Consolidation, stop loss just below. You run a 1-to-1 or a 2-to-1 on every trade, and you just keep taking it. You take it right here, right? And maybe that would be paying close to a 1-to-1 already. But you deal with a lot of this, which is just frustrating. You deal with a lot of this. And as you get stopped, you almost got to take it again if you want to run these types of really, really close to the low time frame market structure trades, in my opinion. They can work. They can work really well. Got a couple of guys that try them really, really aggressively. They're going to take 2 or 3 or 4 losses before they catch a big movement. So anyway, we'll see. We'll see if this thing just continues to grind higher. We'll see if we get a pullback down around this low. I'd love a pullback right in here to this pre-market imbalance, right back to the open. That would line up pretty well for a long stop loss outside of all of this for a move all the way up. But we might just go. We might just grind higher. We went off the open, which is what I was looking for. Coming into 10 a.m. where we got some orange folder news. So we do have a little bit more here coming up. 10 a.m. Existing home sales, revised consumer sentiment. Nothing crazy, but we could see some volatility on this one. Maybe we get a dip. We shall see. Do we go to 68.80? Yeah, I think we run today. I think we go. I think we go way above that. Love you on the. This just got stopped out. Move my SL and profit. Nice. Nice. Yeah, just checking a couple messages. Constantly trying to figure out if Project X is having an issue as I'm trading it. Let's see. Appreciate you guys hopping on as always. Let's see. Longs on a dip. That's my game plan for today. Longs on a dip here. That's my play. If we just run, we run. I think it's off the open, right? This, unfortunately, was the setup. Really aggressively into the open. That would have been a really nice structure. So here we are, 10 a.m. Got some medium impact news. Printing. Existing home sales. What do we got? $10 a.m. existing home sales, revised consumer sentiment. That's what we got printing right now. Push to the upside, 68.85. Yeah, man. It's going to be this December price action for me, man. Yep. Fun stuff, guys. But let me know how you're making out. Jose got a little long in here. Are you guys sending it long? You sending it short? You're looking at this as a trap? I guess there could be the case to be made that we're going to sweep prior day high and just sell off and continue 15-minute price action and structure to the downside. We're going to end the week aggressively lower, down below prior week low. This is just a peak up here to take everybody out, trap longs before coming down and cleaning everybody out. For me, I think this is what I've been looking at all week, right? It's what I was trading for yesterday multiple times. It's what I was hoping to be able to trade for today with some decent risk structure to hold on to it. for a move back up here, right? Above the 6,900 evens. Let me know what you're looking at, chat. Long since London. Damn. Sentiment and home sales lower. Took a long right after open. Picked up a few bucks, but it was reckless. Trying to blow my last Project X account. Yep, getting through the Project X accounts. Jose passing combines. He's Jose's YOLOing combines, scalping for hundreds of bucks. Very nice, Jose. Very nice. Full port Christmas YOLO. Yeah, I wish you the best of luck over there on. Wish you the best of luck over there on Project X, guys. If you're still trading on Project X, I think you are brave men and women. I'm still here because I have to be. I've got a handful of other sim accounts on Project X as well that I'm looking to get off of as soon as I can. It's a wild ride over here for sure. Wild ride over here for sure with all the issues and outages, but we'll see what we get today. Lucky enough to take the long before open. Beautiful. Beautiful running long into the open. I like it, Juan. I like it. Yeah, I'm gonna look to buy a dip here, guys. Like an actual dip, not like 6 points on. But this might not be all we get. Not 6 points. Not not 2 consecutive 1 minute candles to the downside. But we might not get it. By the time we get it, it might be the sell off. The move was obviously right into the open. That was the nice play. So far after that, big push to the upside, crack a prior day high. We got a peak above here. We got some sellers stepping in, at least to try to hold this thing back. I don't think that we get held back here. And I'd like it long. I'd like to be long now, but again, guys, I don't have a good way to structure risk. I just don't have a good way to structure risk. I don't think that this is unreasonable. In fact, I'd like to be long here. I don't think that this is unreasonable. In fact, I'd like to be long here. I'd like to be long above VWAP, right? So I could run this, right? I think that's a good invalidation point. I think, if we came all the way back down through VWAP and prior day volume point of control, that the thesis is wrong, that we're not pushing to the upside. But what would I have to target to make that, make sense? Where's my 15-minute volume up here? 69. Yeah. Like that would be a negative risk to reward. So that's the thoughts on this one. That's the thoughts on this one, man. And again, it's been frustrating. It's been pretty frustrating. A lot of movement out of these markets, but difficult to deal with. YM made it real difficult to work with in here. Beginning of this week. Was waiting to try to catch this move, to try to push this move. Even in here, man. And just did not get the timing and structure to set it up. Just did not get it. But we'll see. We'll see if some of the live account long stuff that I'm carrying on other instruments will pay me today. We shall see. Said that yesterday. Got cooked. Unfortunately, was not able to hold on to the long here. Got cooked on a late long, but talked about buying a dip as we came back in, which is exactly what I did in some live accounts. But that ain't going to help me out here. Ain't going to help me out on my top 1 futures pre-live that I would have liked to be taking another payout right before Christmas. See if we can't snag one. We got a couple days left. We shall see. Good morning, Nate. What's up? Good morning. Adam, what's up? Mitch. Damn, Top Step dashboard is down. I want to activate my XFA. Yeah, good luck over there, guys. Good luck. I wish you the best of luck over there on Project X and Top Step. Again, would never have imagined if you asked me this a year ago that I would be speaking about it this way. Really would not have. Did not see that the level of changes and things that they made coming. They have had the writing on the wall now over the last couple months, but absolutely insane. So If you missed that, if you hopped on late, or if you haven't been trading this week, Project X, I think most people wouldn't agree. Not everybody would agree. There's some people that go, no, minor inconvenience. I don't know, maybe being down an entire day and then major issues is a minor inconvenience to you, but not to me. It's an unusable, it's a huge red flag and makes the whole thing completely unusable to me. So anyway, Project X issues all week, major starting on Tuesday. Way too much over the last couple of months. I'm now just expecting it, and that's in no way a level of confidence that I'm comfortable having on my trading platform. So I'll be off Project X as a whole. I got this account that I'm going to be waiting until I'm able to transfer off to Trade08 and Ninja Trader. Got a couple sim accounts, but I think you would have to be a madman to be opening new accounts on Project X right now. I know a lot of you guys are, but I'm going to stick with that standpoint. I think you'd have to be an absolute madman to be putting yourself through the headache and frustration that is trying to trade well on a platform that's melting down and now support can't keep up with. But you guys decide that for yourself, right? You could say, Zach, you're biased, you're partnered and affiliated, and you would be correct. Maybe you would say, Zach's been on Project X since it launched as Top Step X, recommending it. It's his preferred platform. He's talked about not wanting to come off of it. All of the good things that we have on here, the settings, the risk structure, the TradingView chart that's integrated, all of this fun stuff. But all completely useless if it continues to go down. Completely useless to me. So I will be off of it. I can't imagine putting money behind accounts on a platform that is just day over day over day now, which is crazy, having issues. But again, you guys decide for yourself, right? Do your own research, make your own decisions. I always encourage you to do that. But just, don't keep the blinders on. I've done that a lot in the past, and I've kind of been like, nah, it'll be okay. Everything will work out. Well, everything's melting down around me, like that meme, like the fire thing. Like, this is fine. Everything's fine. And eventually, like, the whole house collapses on you and you're inside. But, again, you guys decide this stuff for yourself. I'll make my comments and recommend stuff to my community, and talk about what I'm doing personally. But you got to decide these things for yourself. Testing this area, testing this volume point of control. Not a pullback to VWAP, not a pullback in here, man. We could start to try it from up here. Could start to try longs from up here. I think I'm going to have to, guys. Jumping in long here, guys. This is going to be trade number one. I'm going to find my way in long. I don't love this risk structure. Really don't love this risk structure. I'm looking at strength. I'm looking at a continually growing CVD. I haven't seen a CVD approach 20,000 on ES. I can't even remember the last time I saw it. Continuing to come through orders on the book above price, eating up liquidity like it's no problem right off the open. This is going to be trade number 1 of 2 that I try long. If we come through here, really aggressively retest VWAP, start to bounce, I'm going to try this again. I'm going to try this one again. This one would be run all the way up above. Yeah, all the way up above towards the 6,900 evens, but likely above that. So I am going to be looking for a larger, R perspective trade out of one of these if I start to get it. But I'm going to try the same thing twice. I would try the same thing twice here. Really, really aggressive long, right? On a quick pullback. Breaking prior day high, pulling back down through orange folder news at 10 a.m. Super, super strong strength continuing to show. We'll see if I'm now going to be late to the party and catch the move back down to the downside. Testing prior week low or even lower. This would only allow me one trade. Something like that would only allow me one trade. A really wide stop loss to run this thing wide. Which I'm talking about because I'm still debating it, doing it. This I would have to take twice. Really have to take twice. This would only allow me one. So I'm going to run it this way, guys. I'm going to run it tight. If it Let me look at this from the 15-minute while I'm making this decision, talk through it with you guys. Yeah, because if I was going to run something really wide, I would actually want it down here. I wouldn't even want it in here. Yeah, I'm gonna run this one tight. All right, I'm gonna run this first one tight, kind of like what you saw me do the last few days. Half risk type of deal. We come down here, I'd be letting it chop around a little bit. I'd be letting it do whatever it needs to do. Test VWAP, test this area of high volume before popping to the upside. We won't just be continuing this drive at that point. But that's how I'm gonna look for this one, guys. Try a little long ski on this one. See if we can't run it. See if we can't run it. But so far, putting the trade on, which is crazy to have to say every time you put a trade on. Project X seems to be working. Seems to be working for me. No issue so far. Like I wrote on YouTube, it's for the trader. Mad. I'm the maddest of them. Jeez, man. Here's just to buy. New project clients are counter trend traders. Just locked in profits. Nice, bro. Speaking facts. Nice. Can't activate my my XFA. Just started printing a 4-hour. Can you imagine that 4-hour printing without a bottom wick? Hey, 4-hour traders looking at 4-hour wicks. Oh. Uh-oh. Oh my God, did I speak too soon? No. No way. No way. No, we're alive. We're alive. Oh, it doesn't like the 4-hour. All right. I'm not touching it. I'm not touching it. What's good with that, dude? Come on. Come on. What's good with that? What's good with that? Hold on. I don't want to be like, I don't want to be an alarmist, but I am like shook about it. I got to try it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Why is the chart not loading the 4-hour? What's going on here, guys? Why is this happening? I don't want to lock myself out of this, but I have to do it. What's good? The 1 hour works. The 15 seems to work. The 5 minute seems to work. Yeah, bro, I'm done. I'm good. I'm good on this, bro. I'm really good on Project X. You guys can stay on here. I'm out. This is too much. It's too much. Let me load. Nah, I don't want to get myself locked up. I'm out of here on Project X, bro. I'm good. Insane. Does it work on other charts? Yeah, it works on other Project X charts, so I don't know why it's not working on this one. Yeah, no, I think it's okay. I think it's okay, but no. Well, I can't tell you what happened on the 4-hour, so I'm not sure. But no, listen, I don't want to be the alarmist, guys. This platform unfortunately has issues. Again, I've been repeating myself so much, but here we are talking about it again. People asking questions. There's a level of issues, right? I think that are reasonable. I think there's a level of issues that are reasonable for anybody to accept, and that's going to be personal. You can decide what that is for you. I was okay with some issues. They were making it right. All the firms were making it right. Little outage here, little down day here. Every platform's going to have issues. Over the past 2 months, every single week, without fail, having a major issue and them seeming to get more frequent and more severe, leading into this week on Tuesday, going completely down. That was final straw for sure for me. And then Wednesday and Thursday, yesterday and the day before, having major issues. I have zero trust in the platform itself at all. And again, I say that with no disrespect or ill intent or malice, right? But I think it's a complete red flag. The writing's on the wall, and now it's to the point where, like, if you're expecting something different to happen, you're almost being unreasonable. You're almost like not being realistic to say, like, yeah, like I think it's gonna work good today. why would it work good today? It didn't work good yesterday or the day after that or the day after that or the last 2 months before that. You could say be patient, right? Like they've been saying, be patient, just wait, we're working it out. You've been working it out for years now, right? And especially the last couple months, there's obviously something broken. You know, it's if it was able to be fixed already, I think it would be fixed. So I don't want to be a test dummy anymore, and I'm not going to be. So that's my 2 cents, guys. You know, you do as you see fit, but I will really be responding harshly after talking about it again and again when people have constant blown accounts and issues that aren't being resolved because it was in front of your face, right? Like you're now making the decision to stay there. You're making the decision to, you know, be with the firm and platform that are melting down. That's up to you. You know, if you think it's going to be handled good and everything's going to be fixed some or whatever, go for it. But don't be upset when it's the same as it was this week and all of the accounts are blown. You're stuck. There's delayed data. They can't allow you to keep profits because there's an issue. Like, did you guys see the videos that came from earlier this week? It was hysterical. The data was delayed. People knew it was delayed, and they were just like, someone had like $5 million in profit in an XFA or something. It was hysterical. You know, so not only are you going to lose, potentially have your accounts reset, for wins you might have them reset too. So yeah, just crazy stuff. And I've been a part of way too much BS in the past. I'm not going to be a part of this one. It's again, like I don't like to talk like the Gen Z kids. It's cooked, guys. It's done. Finito. Over with. There's no more. It's going to be good. Just no, I'm done. Completely done. So that's my 2 cents. You guys decide for yourself. Can't believe Project X is working normally today. Yeah, there you go. Like, I'm on that side. I can't believe it's actually working today. I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop while I'm in this trade. We'll see if this holds up. Run for the hills. Yeah. Zach is trapped in the Twilight Zone. 4 hour doesn't exist. No, 4 hour doesn't exist on my Project X chart. I honestly, like, I'll do it. I'll do it again. Should I do it? Because it might actually, like, get me messed up. I promise you guys, like, I'm not. Here's me clicking, trying to drag around. I'll even like, can I right click? Nope, I can't right click and reset it. I don't know what's good with that. Every other time frame seems to work well. Nope. My Project X chart does not like the 4 hour today. I'm not touching it. I'm not going to do it anymore. I don't want to test my luck. I prefer not to get trapped if I don't have to, but I don't know what's good with that. It did, I will acknowledge, always be honest, it did work on another Project X prop firm that I opened up just to see if the 4 hour was not working for me across all of them. So it did work, but we'll see. Working perfectly fine for me. Good. Seriously, Project X could have been a nice platform, but these issues and pulling out from prop firms has been such a damn shame. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. What's going on? No. Did Wolf get a payout? Yeah, Wolf did get a payout. Yep. Don't wreck yourself. I think so. Yeah, Wolf got a payout. Took a payout from the accounts, from the Ignite, one of the most difficult accounts. Took a payout from the Ignite accounts. Sweet. Very sweet. But guys, I'm gonna plug top one as I got this long. They pulled this. Yeah. No, it is a shame. It really is a shame. I was so stoked on this platform. It is a shame, and I said that in my videos. I said that when I've talked about it. It sucks. I wish this wasn't the case. And I'm disappointed. I spent a lot of time getting really, really comfortable. Like, this is my weapon of choice, and now I have to swap it up, you know, but it's not working. It's just not working. And the issues become, you know, now a problem. Like, it's a problem for missed opportunities. It's a problem for mindset and psychology. It's a problem for potential missed profit. You know, it's a potential for maybe not to get any kind of help or reimbursement, right? You know, Jose's stuck not being able to activate an XFA. You know, what I've heard multiple people say is it's missed opportunity, so how can you possibly compensate for that? You can't. That's why they don't. But maybe there's a beautiful setup for Jose right now that's going to be a, a windfall trade, and, those only come around for him a couple times a month, and, I'm painting a perfect picture of this happening, but he can't take that, right? How do you compensate for that? You can't, so it's up to you as a trader to decide these things. Can you check XAU USD? No gold for me. I don't trade gold. I'm not gonna be able to provide any good info on gold. If you have a question on it, let me know. No blast off from up here. I wanted to see this Santa rally rip, man. Late long to try to find my way in. Not great risk structure like we've talked about, but after multiple breaks and retests, no quick retest of VWAP. Bullish print, hold up here above prior day high. I'm looking at this thing to just continue really aggressively. Like I said, I'm going to be comfortable taking a stop on this one and then trying it again. That's not something that I usually do, but it is something, unlike trading right into the open, that I will allow myself the discretion to do, right? Different levels of where I'm going to allow discretion. I don't typically take long after long or short after short, right? This is one that I will allow myself to try again, right? Pre-planned, made the game plan going in, talked about running a really wide stop, talking about running a tighter stop on this one. If we came back down through VWAP, I'd be looking to see what happens if we sell off all the way down through volume point of control from prior day. We come all the way back into this price action and market structure. I'd still be looking to find a way in long really, really aggressively. Other option is just to run a stupid wide stop loss, right? If you're looking long down there, maybe you don't want to be invalidated up here. But this is thesis number one, where we take off from up here. We retest prior day high a couple times, and we blast off. That fails. I'm going to be looking all the way down past VWAP, past my stop loss. See what we get down here. That's the thought. Haven't gotten a word from them since my last two XFAs. Couldn't even close my trades before both got blown out. But yeah, man, totally right. I feel Project X is done for. I should clarify that I'm using Project X though. Full bounce. Nice. You may get a bounce on IB break off New York. Yeah, let's get IB high and low marked up, which is coming up. Let's do it off the 15-minute. Do I have that? I don't know, man. Now I'm like hypersensitive to everything. Like, that's a little bit laggy to load. I'm like, oh no, here comes the problem. Like, I'm waiting for it to happen. I'm expecting it, which is just not what you're supposed to do when you're on a platform at all. Let's get some IB highs marked up. Let's see. Unless we push the high or the low, this is going to be our IB high and low. 9:30 to 10:30 a.m. Eastern. Let's see what we get out of this bad boy. See what we get out of this bad boy. Been a pretty uneventful week. It's mostly just been yapping about Project X being down. It's been fun to trade here on ES. A little more aggressive off the open. See if we can't get some continuation plays. Not a whole lot. Took, what was I, break even, I think? Break even or no, a small profit on day one with you guys. Then it was break even and then profit on Prop for Match TV. Yesterday was break even on the live stream, but then I did take an L on the account that I had called out in the Discord. That brings us into today. So far I'm going to be around break even on this. Today's going to be the deciding factor. Take a couple L's. It's going to be ending small red in this account. Take some wins. Probably going to be ending small green unless we catch something that's insanely outsized, which I don't see myself holding for. It does look like we want to come out of this area of high volume to the next area of high volume where my stop loss is. Looks like we want to wick down here towards prior week low. Last chance to maybe just dip the toe right in here, right where it is, without coming all the way through and taking me out. But if we start to sell off, I think we are going to head back down through towards those, I'd say high 50s, 68, high 50s, 68, 58s or so, 55s. Maybe go and sniff VWAP. X issue sorted, bro. I don't know what that means. If we get back to 470 level, it'll clear out all the opening day. Maybe. Maybe. Pulling back to VWAP, towards VWAP. Let's see. Let's see. Why am I getting 47 alerts on my front door? No, don't do it to me now. No. Let's see. Let's see. Do I really have to go see what this is? I'll be right back, guys. Be right back, guys. We're good, chat. We're back. We're back in action, chat. No, it already did. I went right back up. Boom. Zach, you shouldn't check the door. Send the attack poodle. Yeah, dude, to lick everybody to death. Anytime I feel FOMO, I should take the inverse trade. Let's see. Yeah, I agree. Damn flop step. That's funny. X issue sorted, bro. If you're talking about Project X, I would disagree. I would disagree strongly. I think they are in the thick of it. Nice. There's the attack poodle barking. This is looking like trash, unfortunately. This is looking like trash peeking down towards the stop. I think if we are going to dip any lower outside of just testing the top end of this price action and market structure, I'm going to be cooked. I think if we come lower, we're quickly to come all the way down here. It's not a terrible spot. It's really not a terrible spot. We come back through the high, I'm going to like it. In fact, if we come back through the high, I might even add and tighten up. Make this a one and done type trade. Don't know that I'm going to run that just yet, but we come back up towards the high, break out of initial balance high. I'm going to like it. I just don't know if we have to go see VWAP. Just don't know if the Santa rally is going to be that strong. Don't know if it's going to be that strong for us, but we'll see. And we'll see if Project X works. Let's see. Does the 4-hour work yet? What a weird, like, nuanced thing. What a weird, like, oddly weird nuanced thing. Like, if somebody was like, everything worked great, everything, but the 4-hour didn't work, I'd be like, yeah, bro, all right. Like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, what are you talking about? Obviously, like, all the other time frames work, right? Like, just click on the 4-hour, click on another time frame, and then click on the 4-hour. Can't make this stuff up, chat. Can't make this stuff up. Stuff's funny. All right, let's see. A little reversion. Little bit of a reversion here. No, I'm not going to scale into anything here. Not unless we really started to break and run. But we do have IB high and low set. We got our IB high set second. We're trading alongside of that today. Yeah, man, I like this. Like, this doesn't have to do too much more. You know, we retraced already in pre-market to pretty much every level that we would need, right? We hung out here for quite a bit. You know, we pushed to the upside. We came all the way back down, right? We came back through value point of control multiple times. We got an overnight low that hasn't been, like, swept and broken. We didn't crack prior day low or anything like that. You know, we really hit everything before we needed to take off. We're breaking high, prior day high. I'm gonna hope that this is the slow grind to the upside that we get on the right side of here, but didn't get the opening drive, the really aggressive pop to the upside. Didn't take any quick follow-up chase trades. We'll see if I'm late to the party before a big pullback, or if I'm gonna be able to find my way in. I consider this pretty aggressive, pretty early in the session. Yeah, decision here is not going to be to scale in. One thing that that I am working on doing is aggressively adding into positions as they start to move into profit, especially something like this, like a pullback and then a continuation that gives you a way to drag stop loss up, like right below the lows, and then, you know, increase position size without increasing risk. I think that's a pretty powerful move. But we shall see. We shall see. Add 10 micros, bro. Add 25 micros, bro. Zach playing with fire on that 4-hour. Yeah, I am. I'm testing fate on that one, right? It's pumping, bro. Zach the trade guy here. Jose, bro, I miss you, man. I miss you. Tough one. Yeah, flop step. We were talking about that. Jose, glad to see you though, man. Glad to hear you're doing well. Nah, I'm not gonna get in any heavier on this one. I would like a second chance. That's really why, right? I'm keeping my risk pretty tight on this account. If you guys haven't watched, I haven't had a losing red day, no matter how many losses I took. That's been over $1,000. Everyone's been under 1,000, and I don't have to do that. I got quite a bit of room to work, but it's allowed me to really quickly recover from, you know, losing trades or losing weeks even. And just continue to push it into profit and then take payouts. So I don't want to really take on a bunch more risk and take on larger losing days until I scale up, until I put a lot more profit in it, right? A lot more buffer in it. So if that's the case, and I don't want this to be my only trade, if I add in here and I got $1,000 just below this time frame, this low time frame structure, that's it. All right. If I take it, you know, I'm done for the day. I would prefer to say, hey, you know what? Okay, took the trade here. We got smoked, right? And then we consolidate, and I go, all right, I'm off the live. We're hanging out. And then we start to do one of these really nice. We get momentum shift to the upside really beautifully. and I want that trade, right? And I say, okay, I stomach the loss on the first one. I'm going to risk, another $500, right? Whatever I could find. And, I'm able to capitalize on a long into the latter part of the day or something like that. Or a short or, whatever it is. So for those reasons on this one, I'm not going to scale it in. If I took it from here, these are 20-point stops, right? If I took it from here, yeah, stop would be tight in here on $500. Could do it to trade the breakout, but I wouldn't want that. I don't really want that. I don't think that's a great validation point right there. Had 10 micro. Honestly, Jose, I want to do it just for you. You almost got me. Nah. Yeah, we'll see what we got, man. We'll see if we can't catch a little W on this one. But, guys, while we are hanging out, waiting to see if we're going to catch a W or an L, Top 1 Futures dropped this literally right before I hopped on stream. They dropped this right before we hopped on stream. Flash sale for Top 1 Futures, 55% off. If you are looking to get off of Project X, which I don't think that's a bad idea at all, go ahead and check out Top 1 Futures. I wouldn't buy a Project X account with Top 1 Futures with anybody. Trade-Evade accounts, man. Trade-Evade, NinjaTrader, TradingView, 55% off. I would not sleep on this one. I think it's for a few days. I think they said December 23rd. This is their pre-Christmas sale. I don't think it's going to get better than that. They obviously ran quite a bit for Black Friday and Cyber Monday. They were pretty sweet. But if you want to check it out, link is in the chat. Code RDF. Support yourself. Support your boy. Better than the email, the website, anywhere you find anything else. RDF will get it done. As good or better, I should say. Outside of that, if you're hanging out on here with me, I appreciate you being here. We are going to run a giveaway. Are you trash talking Project X? No, definitely not trash talking. I am speaking straight facts on Project X. Let me be clear about Project X. It's a piece of trash, and I can back that up with objective facts from today. Trash talking would be like, this person's bad or something or whatever, like with, just like without really having too much to say. But yeah, definitely. Giveaway coming up, guys, in a little bit. We haven't run one every single day, but we ran one yesterday and the day before, and we're running one today. Going to be giving out an Ignite instant funded 50K account, actually the one that's on this one right here. You have to be in Discord to get the form. Real quick, it's the only early heads up I'd like to give you guys. You got to be in the Discord to get the form. Here's the link to the Discord. Boom. It's not running yet. There's no form yet. There's no duck race yet. Everybody chill. Gonna see what the Marcus got for me. We're gonna run one in a little bit, guys. But I'm giving you the early heads up. There is gonna be one today. If you want to run it, smash the like button. Should I set the likes? Yeah, let's set the likes early. You guys have not liked this at all, so we'll set the likes. Let's set the like goal. 80 likes. As soon as you guys hit 80 likes, or whenever I feel like it, we'll run the giveaway. That's the game plan. Are you trash talking? Yeah, we talked about that. Facts. Can I get a Project X after I won? Yeah, you can. You can get a Project X account after you win if you want one. You can trade that up until February 15th before they swap everybody over to Trade-Evade, NinjaTrader, TradingView. If you didn't realize the back end of all of this as well, Project X is pulling support. Before this week of crazy, horrible meltdown, Project X is pulling support. They will not be, there will not be Project X accounts for any firm outside of Top Step. They've made that pretty clear. So that's the dealio on Project X. That's what Project X is doing. They sent that message out, I think, about a month ago. Can't stay for the games today, but everyone have an awesome weekend. Pam, have a great weekend. Appreciate you hopping on. Have an awesome weekend. Hope everybody that's hanging out on here has a great weekend. Hope you guys all have an awesome holidays coming up. Again, we were talking about ES. Come on, man. Do that thing you do. Do that thing and break out and run. We were talking about this coming up. Guys. I think it could be really helpful to plan out, what your trading looks like for the rest of the year. Let me see if I got a... Can I pull this up real quick too? Hang on. Nice, yeah. Here's my live schedule for... Can you guys see this? Yeah, here's my live schedule for the rest of the year, coming into New Year's, right? So we're on this week. We're right here, Friday the 19th. Next 2 days, Monday, Tuesday, and next week, I'll be trading live with you guys. This is Christmas Eve. Markets are half closed on this day. Early close for stock market, futures market, bond market. Fully closed on Thursday the 25th, which is Christmas Day. Merry Christmas. I'm not trading the day after Christmas at all. Be hanging out with family. The following week, I will be trading every day except for New Year's Day live with you guys, but I'm grain of salting it. As you can see down here, these are the worst weeks of the year to trade, specifically from the 26th to like the 1st, right? These are just absolute trash. So, grain of salt this, right? I'll talk about it. I'm going to be hanging out. We'll run some duck races. We'll have fun. I'm not going to be putting on a lot of risk. Probably a little bit more of what you've seen over the last week. I just don't think it's a great time of year to trade. Price action, market structure, volume. I might even pull a tentative move in here. Like, I might back off and not even run a live stream if I'm just looking at the market and it's complete trash and I don't want to incentivize anybody to be even looking at the charts. But if we look at forexfactory.com, we can see we got coming up last two trading days of the year that are decent. Monday the 22nd. Tuesday the 23rd, little bit of red folder coming into Wednesday. After this, man, I'd be really cautious. Really, really cautious. Again, here's your full day off. This is a partial close. We got 1, 2, 3. I believe December 31st, New Year's Eve, is also a partial close. I'm not 100% sure. New Year's Day, full close. And then we have the first day of 2026 that the markets are open, which is Friday, January 2nd. So, should be fun, man. But I'm hyped. I'm hyped for 2026, man. I'm doing my vision board. I'm laying out my goals. I'm super excited, man. I've hit a lot of stuff that I've wanted to hit this year. Very, much more consistent with prop firm payouts. Again, this is all subjective and relative, right, to you. More consistent with prop firm payouts. Into a live account, held on to a live account, multiple payouts from the same live account, holding on to it for months. Even though it looks like we're not going to take a payout today as we come lower on this one. We're not sure. We'll have to see. I've been able to hold on to this one for over 2 months now and take 11 payouts from it. Coming into... What we got going on with this music? Coming into 2026, Zach asked me on... the other Zach asked me on Prop Firm Match what my goals are. Everybody's is always obviously more profit, right? Continue to scale, make more money. But how do you want to do that? Is it to scale up with prop firms? Is it to copy trade 1,000 accounts with third-party trade copiers? Is it live accounts? Is it prop firm live accounts? So I've been really thinking hard on that. I've been testing some different things. I've been trying to narrow down exactly what that's going to look like for me. And I think it's going to be a combination. I think it's really going to be a combination. Prop firm sim accounts, prop firm live accounts, personal live accounts. Dipping my toes in the water for of options has really been interesting. Really, really interesting opportunity there. After, spending quite a while in Forex and now futures, personal live accounts. There's interesting advantages and disadvantages there as well. But more money, less problems. That's the goal for 2026. As far as for you guys here, more content, more videos, more live streaming, more duck races than you can even imagine, bro. I'm going to start a channel that's just real deal ducks. And all we do is we hop on and we just run duck races back to back to back. No, we're not doing that. But definitely more duck races, more giveaway, more fun for the community, man. More fun interactive things for sure. That's the game plan. That is the game plan. Chat. Sitting tight on this one, man. 10:45. Let's see. You guys are running likes up. We'll see how far we can get that before I say that's enough and we run it anyway. Let's see. Check the 50K instant funded. And it's $600. No, you're looking at the wrong thing. But let's look at it together. Let's look at it together. My man Blakey McBlake. It's $340 with the 50% off coupon for the OG instant funded. This is another 5% off with code RDF. You also have the instant funded, which this one is called the Straight to Sim Funded Pro. $211, 50% off. That's less with code RDF. And then you have the cheapest of all of them, which is the Ignite Instant Funded, $199 at 50% off, even less with another 5% off code RDF. That's what we're looking at on the Instant Funded accounts from Top 1 Futures. Somebody asked in here, what is the difference between these? I got a video for you guys in chat right there. Puts all three of these side by side. The OG Instant Funded, the Straight to Sim Funded Pro, and the Ignite Instant Funded account. As this damn market moves against me. Yep. Let's see. I have to pick up another Top 1 Futures. Love that they keep us informed. Yeah, for sure. Man, still can't activate it again. Maybe I'll catch wins next week. Yep. Only problem with trade rate, can't see dollar value. Stop loss when trailing. Have to calculate it. Unless someone actually knows how, please let me know. Yep, they've been adding more and more features. Here's one that I saw yesterday that's coming that they announced. I think they're going to pretty much add everything that people are asking for, right? They have continued to be adding stuff, but this one. Boom. Manual lockout coming early 2026. So this is going to be the manual risk settings, ability to lock yourself out of your account. Obviously, you know, people want that coming over from Project X. I think there's going to be a whole lot more stuff like this, right? Ability to see your, stop loss, to drag this stuff around, all this type of stuff. I think it's going to be getting added on for sure. Still can't activate it. Maybe it's a sign. Okay, so, yeah, we talked about that. What's the difference between certain funded? Yep. There's the video if you want to check that out, Blake. With Trump making December 24th, December 26th federal holidays recently, does that mean the stock market's open or closed? As far as I'm aware, the stock market is open for a full day on the day after Christmas. December 24th has always been and is this year, as far as I'm aware, a half-day close, early close. It's called a bunch of different things, but essentially stocks, bonds, futures close in early. You could look at the exact times from the CME if you're trading futures. It's the process, not the goal. Agreed. Yes, continue the duck races. We will. Where do I subscribe to Real Deal Ducks? Ninja can do most. Most of that you just can't lock out to where you can't unlock it. Yes, that's correct. Yuck, chat. Coming back down through the lows. This looks like it's going to be lights out unless we catch buyers right here and rip through. I'm not going to clip this one. I'm just going to let it do its thing. If I get stopped again, I'll be looking for another long, probably after we come back down through VWAP. I'll be waiting to see if we go and crack IB low. Could be the gnarly fake out before a continuation down. But tried the longs, tried to run this thing, chopped around up here, back and forth. We got a chance, but CVD starting to drop off, volume starting to die down. We are drifting lower here. Looks like the other U.S. indices kind of doing the same thing, just drifting back down, consolidating up around the highs on YM. A little bit weaker on NQ. ES, as you can see, it's on my chart. We know what ES is doing. But how far are we on likes, guys? We said giveaway at 80 likes. You guys are sleeping today. We'll see. We'll see if you guys can run it up. Smash the like button on YouTube if you want the giveaway. Here, you know what? I'll incentivize you guys. Right? Can't ask for anything without incentivizing. I said we're going to run a giveaway today. You know we're going to run one whether you hit the like button or not. We're going to run a giveaway at 11 a.m. If you guys run the likes up to, I'm going to make it harder, 100 likes by 11 a.m. if everybody smashes the like button, because we got 50-something people on here. But if I look at the analytics, we've had 190 hop on and off. I could almost guarantee that if every single person watching right now smashed the like button, that you guys would hit 100 likes. If you run it up to 100 likes, I'll run 2 duck races. We'll run 2 today. You got 8 minutes to decide that. You're getting a giveaway either way. We're running a duck race for the 50K instant funded Ignite account. Are we going to run 2? We'll see if by 11 a.m. we have 100 likes. If you guys bot the stream up somehow and I watch it jump in a way that I know is artificial, you ain't getting it either. So we'll see. We'll see what we can do. Too much eggnog. It's about that time. But Zach, my split personalities are hitting the like button. I can only like it once. Yes, you can only like it once. Let me go ahead and get the form ready on this one, guys. Let's get it ready. Let's get the ducks on the line. Let's get it ready, man. Yeah, I would say, we had some fun for Thanksgiving and Black Friday. We ran hella duck races. We're going to have some fun for Christmas, guys. We're going to have some fun right before Christmas, early next week, maybe right around New Year's. We're going to be running a lot of duck races. The markets are going to do whatever they're going to do. We're going to be having some fun. So don't sleep on tuning in next week and the week after if you want to have some fun with some duck races. If you're looking for great trades, if you're looking for super duper fantastic market conditions, I would say you should probably just spend some time with your family, hang out, drink too much eggnog, maybe just hop on the charts and do what you got to do, put your work in for next year, back test, forward test, review, right? Read some trading psychology books. But to me personally, the market conditions are just not great. But you got to decide that for yourself. There are people out there that are on the opposite end of everything I say all the time. There's probably someone that says, dude, trading on December 26th and December 24th is the best trading days of the year. I love them. I make a killing. I exploit something that happens. I do this one thing, and I will gladly, take time right around the U.S. holidays to trade. Other people say summer. Other people say winter. Some people all of January. They hate January or they hate December. It just depends. Let's see. Chatty McChat. Nice. All right, I'm going to get you guys started early. As we're waiting for this trade, this chopping around, not doing nothing. It's giveaway time. Giveaway form is in Discord. I'm only going to say this once. I've been pretty good. I haven't been repeating myself, guys. It's been good. This is for a 50K Ignite instant funded account from Top 1 Futures. Fill out the form in Discord. If you need to get into the Discord, you don't know how to get into the Discord, you're somehow here, and you're not in the best free trading Discord. Why did it post that like that? What in the world? Link is in the chat. But I'm going to fix it because that looks broken. There we go. Link is in the chat if you need to get into the free Discord so you can get the form filled out. If you guys somehow in the next 4 minutes run the likes up to 100, we're going to run 2 races. If not, we're just going to run 1. Don't fill the form out more than 1 time. If you spam the form, you're going to get banned from here, from Top 1, from everybody that can get you banned from. If you can't get into the Discord because you're from a country that's prohibited or something like that, I'm sorry. You're probably going to be prohibited from trading with futures prop firms also. Sorry. You got to be in the live chat to claim the win. Winner's going to be picked in 10 minutes. You have to be here on one of the live chats to claim the win. Important note. Let's go, guys. Go ahead, get the form filled out. And where you guys at? Ooh, you tried. You tried. We got a little bump in likes. You guys tried to make it happen for 2 races. You still got 4 minutes. 3.5 minutes. But we'll have some fun, man. And as always, guys, I appreciate you hopping on here. Coming into the end of the year, obviously I reflect. I try to practice a lot of gratitude. I am so grateful for all of you guys. Everybody that hops on the live stream, everybody that hops in the community, that follows on socials, that comes out to a live event. You know, anything, just hangs out and watches and takes or shares your journey, shares your story, shares your trades, you know, the good, the bad, everything in between. I'm really grateful for you guys. I started streaming to 0 people. I started streaming to literally 1, and it actually was myself, last year, early last year. In that time, we now have over 13,000 subs on YouTube here. Over 100 concurrent across platforms where we're streaming here on YouTube, Kick, and X almost every day. It's crazy. Over 2,000. I think it's like 2,300 in the free Discord. Thousands on IG, thousands on X. It's absolutely insane, man. Literally millions of views now on YouTube. My view count on YouTube is wild. Absolutely wild. My engagement is absolutely wild. I'm super thankful and grateful. I really appreciate you guys. I never figured that like starting some communities and sharing the journey and all this type of stuff would lead to all this. And it's awesome, man. So I never want to come off as ungrateful. You guys are awesome. Everybody says this. I think I have one of the best communities. I think we have one of the best communities. Everybody is super chill, super supportive. When they get not super chill, we bring everybody back to being super chill. And the focus is on, you know, the good stuff. The reality of trading, right? Navigating prop firms, navigating the futures market, navigating, you know, whatever and however you're trading. And I couldn't ask for a better community, man. So I appreciate you guys. Thanks for being here. Y'all are awesome. I'm going to continue to put out content, continue to show up every day, continue to share my journey, the good, the bad, you know, everything in between that I possibly can with you, and hopefully provide value, right? In the best way that I can, in a non-financial advice type of way, because I'm not a financial advisor. But 2026 is gonna be lit, man. I'm super excited. We're primed for the breakout, man. It was you know, pre-launch, right? It was before we got added to the S&P 500, and then we had a big bump, right? Big growth through this year. It was huge. Now we're kind of chilling. We got consolidation around those all-time highs. We're primed for the breakout, man. Primed for the breakout. I'm hyped, man. I really am. But I'm looking to continue to grow. Really am. Myself as a trader, to scale, to really be able to put up bigger and bigger numbers, and to grow the community, man. It's awesome. I think we've seen a lot changing in the space. We've continued to, right? You know, you watched a lot of the Forex and CFD Lambo boys kind of come and go by the wayside, where it's all lifestyle and Rolexes and Lambos, and you know, that's kind of gone. And now we've seen this big influx of just sim farming, and look at my huge $57,000 P&L every day, and don't pay attention to the hundreds of blown accounts, and I don't really show any live trading or anything about trading at all. That's kind of going by the wayside. And the guys that are sticking around and continuing to build, I think, are the ones that are trying to show what real trading looks like, which is not always super fun or exciting. Sometimes it's pretty painful to do, but it's showing the wins, the losses. It's talking about trading, you know, from an honest standpoint, where you're at. Showing this right here, watching this, you know, this long fail, unfortunately, look like we're going to take a stop. Talking about everything that really goes into trading, right? The mindset, the psychology, the emotional control, and not just selling some, you know, system or indicator or some special narrative about the market. You know, I know exactly where it's going to go next, and you can too if you just, you know, study this and, you know, give me money, either directly or indirectly. So, appreciate you guys. That's my gratitude for today. Anyway, let's get ready to run the giveaway. You guys did not. You tried. Bona fide effort. You guys tried to hit 100 likes. Maybe next time. But we're going to run the giveaway, guys. Last chance to get in if you didn't fill it out. Forms in Discord. Go ahead, get this one filled out. Let's go ahead. Like, sub, share, leave it for... Yeah, I know. Thank you, guys. We want 2 races. Only up 2026. Oh yeah, man. 2026 is gonna be big, man. And the community. Let me also tell you this. Like, I think I've had a pretty good year, right? I've grown as a trader. I think the cool part about me sharing my journey is you could watch the progression. You can go all the way back, you know, almost 2 years ago now at this point. But I've seen more of you guys in the community taking payouts than I've ever seen. More and more frequent. It's wild to see. So I love the fact that everybody's growing together. It's awesome, man. It really is awesome. So, guys, giveaway form is done. We're going to get this one set up. We're going to run some duck races right now. Let's get ready for it. Let's get it rolling. Let's see. Getting this one set up right now, and we will run this bad boy. Yeah, man. 2026 is going to be, every year is big, right? Every year is good. I grind pretty hard. I'm not this big, like, change everything every single year type of person. But I certainly like to review a lot, like to, you know, sit down with my wife and talk about what went well, what didn't go well, talk about all of our goals. We've done that a lot this week, which has been awesome. And, you know, envision where you want to be at the end of 2026, man. Who do you want to be? What do you want that bank account to look like? What do you want your achievements to look like? What do you physically want to look like? You know, where do you want to be with everything, right? Personal health, personal development, spirituality, right? Your faith, business, your career, sports, relationships, everything. Look at that stuff. And then envision it. And then start to make small steps. Write out what you need to do every damn day to get towards that. And then do that. It comes about the process instead of just the outcome. But that's enough of that, guys. Let's have some fun. Ducks are on the line. Appreciate all your time and effort. I appreciate you guys. We got rocket ships in there. Community was great until that Rhombus guy showed up. Yep, there you go. He's saying that about himself. Yeah. Appreciate you guys, man. Appreciate you guys. Let's run it, guys. 5 minutes on the clock. We have how many ducks? We got not that many. You guys are good today. 68 ducks in the line. Or 66, 67 ducks in the line. 6-7, whatever that like weird thing that the kids always say. Dude, I was running in a so funny. I was running in a Jingle Jog 5K 2 weekends ago. I think not last weekend, but the weekend before. And the number on my shirt, I'm going to try to pull this up on my phone so you guys know that I'm not just making a random story up. I don't know what that means, but I know every kid screams like insane this number. I was running the 5K, and I think it was like there was other numbers on my bib, but what was my actual numbers? Let me be accurate about this. Do I have a picture of it? My number was 167, and this is a local 5K, so I was up front in the local 5K. That doesn't mean anything. The local non-timed chip Jingle Jog. But every kid I passed, I forgot to actually tell my wife about this. Every kid I passed was screaming at me. 6-7. I'm like, what is happening, dude? I don't know. I'm too old, bro. Way too old for it. I don't get it. I don't know. I need to look it up. I should probably Google it. Anyway, let's see what we got. Early lead from Paresh, Baga, Ruben T, Glenn B, Chris down on the bottom. Remember, these are longer races now, guys. We got 5 minutes on the clock. Alex H with the Mohawk. Oh, no. Don't jump the gun, guys. A lot of stop losses get hit. Let's see. Remember, guys, if you missed the race today, I'm live almost every damn day here on YouTube, Kick, and X. 100% free. I got a graphic for that as well with all of my awesome edits. Shout out to my editor, Jay. My editor is the GOAT. Not initially my editor, but yeah, here's another one. Look at that one, man. Live trading, 100% free every damn day, 9:15 a.m. Eastern here on YouTube, Kick, and X, even on IG, even though we're not live trading on IG. Feel free to hop on, guys. Duck races almost every day, live trades almost every day. Always good conversation, always talking about the markets, always talking about what's going on in the trading space, for better or for worse. Oof, chat. Nah, we're going now. Do I want this? Do I want this add in? I kind of do. I think I'm going to scale in, chat. Do I want the smoke on this one? I want the smoke on this one, chat. I'm adding in. I'm adding in, and I'm going to tighten stop loss. We're either going now or I'm taking the L on this one. Adding in and tightening stop loss on this one. Back to the duck race. Sorry, market was moving, getting ready to break through highs. We're either breaking out right now. I'm adding in, keeping risk consistent. I'll give myself another trade, but I'm now at 10 micros. Adding in profit. Stop loss is tighter. I won't take away from the duck race, though. Minute to go. Let's see what we got. Relaxing Zen, Alex H, King Trader, Baga, Jenny Loves Futures, up at the top. Pi Young 20, the rain. Oh, bro, come on. It's rigged. It's rigged. Look at this. How's the reindeer going to win on Christmas week? How appropriate, bro. Let's see. Missed the race today. Red Bull Duck now. Is there a Red Bull Duck? Let's see what we get, guys. Let's see what we get. Remember, if you missed this one, guys, we're here almost every damn day. Live trading on YouTube, Kicking X. Duck races almost every day. Oh, Pa Young almost took it. Here come the naked ducks. They're very aerodynamic. 26 seconds to go. Remember, guys, don't go anywhere after the race is over. The person does have to be here to claim it. They physically have to be here on the stream to claim it. It's part of the fail-safe. Pa Young holding strong out front. The reindeer duck wants it, man. NHO profit, there you were, the Spider-Man duck. Oh, stop loss is getting hit. Oh, it's Glenn B coming out of nowhere. I can see it from behind. Glenn B out of nowhere. We got a Discord OG. Congratulations. Glenn B. Oh, Juan, man. You can't say that. I gotta. All right, first off, I'm deleting that comment. And I'm going to give you one warning on that one. Be easy, man. That's. I think it was in good faith, but be easy on that. Congrats, Andrew. Stop loss. I've raced a dozen times and never won. It's rigged. Nah, it's not rigged. Let's see. Glenn B is in the chat. W's in the chat. Everybody throw the W's in. Throw the ducks in. We have the... What do they call this duck? What is this guy? Like the English... Right? That's like the guys from London that like stand there and don't move with the helmets and stuff. Congrats to a Discord OG, Glenn B in the chat, winning a instant funded account from Top 1 Futures. Remember, guys, before we get ready to wrap it up, let me mark down who won on this one. If you want to check out Top 1 Futures... There we go. We got W's in the chat on this one. If you want to check out Top 1 Futures, link is in the chat in 10 seconds. Link is in the chat again. Royal Guard. There you go. Someone knew the name of it. Oh, look at that. We even got an emoji for it. Link is in the chat. Bunch of congrats on Kick as well for you, Glenn B. I'll be reaching out, or Top 1 Futures actually will be reaching out through email on this one. If you guys want to check it out, code RDF gets you 55% off. They got a flash sale running. Don't sleep on this one. This is going to be their Christmas deal. I don't see anything much better than this coming at all before Christmas. We're right before Christmas. This is going to be it. 55% off if you're looking for a way to get off of Tradeovate, Ninja Trader, TradingView, and excuse me, If you're looking for a way to get off of Project X and onto Tradeovate, NinjaTrader, TradingView, now's your chance. Instant funding, no evaluation, no time to pass, directly into a funded account from day one, trading towards profit. You stand to withdraw. Over 18 million paid out to traders. They're winning awards on prop for a match. Over 2,000 5-star reviews, yada, 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 whatever. Do your own research. Make your own decisions. I'm biased. I'm partnered. I stand to make money. Check this stuff out for yourself. As far as this trade, guys, we're going to see if we can't catch a banger. I do have to wrap the stream up now. I'd like to be able to see if this thing does turn into a banger with you guys. Risk controlled. I'm looking towards the 6,900s. If we can break this IB high, we shall see. It's a little early to tell. But before we go, guys, quick disclaimer. I'm not a financial advisor. I don't provide financial advice. Nothing I say or do is suggestion or recommendation to do anything. Make sure you do your own research. Make your own trading decisions. Read CFTC Rule 4.41 on simulated trading, which is what this is. Even in funded prop from accounts. Thanks for being here, guys. Very, very, very fun stream. I appreciate you. It's Friday. Have an awesome weekend. Remember, we are live Monday and Tuesday next week. We got Christmas. We're going to be very festive. I don't know. I think we're going to be breaking out with some breakout ducks. We'll see if we can hit a high score on the number of duck races. It'll be fun. I'll keep you guys updated. Obviously, if we go and trade back through the 70s, I'm getting cooked. If we break out to the upside, I'm catching a win. I am at the point where I got to hop off. I'd like to see this one run to take profit or stop loss, but got to run. Appreciate you guys. Thanks for being here. Have an awesome weekend. Have an awesome rest of the trading day. Trade safe.